So we're doing Cancer for February of 2020. And before we even start, I want to talk about what just happened as I was trying to shuffle the cards for Cancer. I was having a hard time getting the cards to shuffle, which is very unusual for me, but I had to shuffle them very, very gently. And what that tells me is that you all are very fragile right now, emotionally fragile, which is not, it's sort of predictable because of what's going on with the planetary stuff with Mercury and retrograde coming into Pisces, and you can look all that up online to understand what that means, except for to say our emotions are going to be on edge. And Cancers are a water sign, so they are guided by their emotion. So right now is a time to really be gentle with yourself, because you're probably going to go through periods of time where you're going to feel like crying for no reason, laughing for no reason. You're going to get angry. You're going to be kind of having all your emotions rising up at once. Just be gentle with yourself. This is just a short period of time you're going through. It's not going to last forever, but just adequate warning.
All righty. So this rune is determined to come up in everybody's reading in the collective. So you have Perth. And you have Perth in the position that I read as dealing with karmic situations that are between you and another person. Okay. With this one, my sense is that things may not, you may be finding out information that isn't thrilling you much. Okay. You may find out that somebody's not been being honest with you. That there's been some kind of behind the scenes dealings or something. But my sense is that you're needing very much to wow, when I was just saying it, that was weird. Okay, I guess run with it. When I was trying to say, I guess, is that you need to withdraw. You need to withdraw from your situation currently. I'm not saying necessarily forever, but I am saying that you need to move away from this, whatever your situation with this person is currently. There's way too much chaotic energy coming on right now. You need a rest.
I pulled the Death card. I would say it's permanently moving away from this situation that's no longer of your highest good. You're coming to an end of a cycle with this. The Death card, for people that aren't familiar with the tarot, is not a bad card at all. It does not foretell of a physical death. It foretells of the ending of one way of doing something and a rebirth into a new way of doing something. If you can see up here, make sure I'm pointing to the right place. The sun is bright and shiny, and you're headed in the direction of the sun. You're moving away from the darkness into the light. And so it's okay to let go. I mean, you're really, when the Death card comes up, you're not going to have much choice in this situation, which is probably why your emotions are going to be kind of whacked out. That if you do not end the situation, it's going to end it for you.
You are probably, and this sort of goes with what Seth was saying at the beginning of this, most likely you're finding yourself almost unintentionally being very harsh or very sharp with the people around you right now. This one is the rune of, okay, the symbology is sort of like thorns on a rose. It's an instinctual need to protect or defend. And oh. Okay, wow, you're turning those thorns inward on yourself right now. You gotta stop. You're tearing yourself apart, and you're not it's like you're digging at yourself right now. This feels very self-destructive, or very like you're blaming yourself, or I'm getting a sense of maybe not feeling good enough or worthy enough. But it's like your head's all twisted up right now. And so your instinctual need to protect and defend yourself is being twisted and perverted somehow. And so you need to kind of stop. You need to kind of give yourself some love and some space and some forgiveness. I don't know if it's even forgiveness is the right word. Compassion. You need to treat yourself with compassion. Whatever's going on is not, this is not entirely all your fault. You have gotten put in a situation where I sense that somebody has been just messing with your head. Just really, really like twisting your brain up. So you're at the point of being very self destructive. And you need to offer yourself compassion.
Oh, that brings us to the Three of Swords. The heart tried by pain, stormy weather for the emotions. If you'll see, there are three swords stuck in that heart. That means there's one too many people in a relationship. This is a good indication that someone's probably either cheating on you physically or emotionally. And your heart is in pain, and you know this, you at least suspect it. And until you remove yourself from that situation, it's only going to get worse.
You you have this rune, which is a little hard to see. Sorry about that. It is the symbol for the antlers of a deer, and a deer uses those antlers to push away. And this is one thing where it's coming into its upright position. So it's like you are going to start protecting yourself in an appropriate way. Okay. And one of the things, again, with the deer, it's pushing away, it's getting space. Okay. That's what it's using those for, is to push things away from it. That's what it's using this for, is to push things away from it. And so, again, it's almost like you've been so backed into a corner that you just feel like you can't hardly breathe. And this is an indication that you are needing to get a little bit of energy and space for yourself.
And you will be. The Judgment card has come up. This is a card, renewed energy and renewal. It's leaving behind all the stuff that has held you back spiritually, and you're coming into a new self. So the first part of this reading so far has been kind of heavy and icky, but you're coming into a wonderful, wonderful time. So don't pull out the razor blade yet, Cancer.
So the rune that's coming up right now is Isa, and it deals with ice. And ice is the emotions frozen. Okay, so it's as if you are using the emotions in order to freeze out this other person. And I think that's okay. I think that's all right. Sometimes we have to go through winter in order to move into the spring and into the summer. So right now, that's kind of what you're dealing with, is this need to pull your emotions back and pull them into yourself, kind of using your little crab shell as your protection right now. And that's okay. It's good. For right now, it's good. The warning is, don't get stuck there.
Okay. The card that comes up is the Star. And this is the card of healing. Healing and abundance. And it's a spiritual abundance. There is a old poem a friend of mine gave to me years ago that I think is very applicable right now. Letting you go with love is all I know to do, for I'm still too fragile for what all is wrong with you. And that allows you to get your power back, because whoever it is that you're having to let go of, it hurts. You have had very deep and meaningful feelings for this person, but it is time to let them go. They're no longer of your highest good, and you have better things coming. There's a spiritual healing going on that you're not going to get with them in the picture.
Okay, the next rune that you have up is Lagus, which is the flow of emotion. However, you've got that headed into its downward position, and that's okay. Again, it's kind of allowing yourself to visit the dreamlands. What the heck did that mean? Okay, my sense is it's like you should be going into your pay attention to your dreams. Listen to the things that are coming up from your subconscious right now. I think that there's information there that you're not tapping into. So yeah, take it from there, Seth.
Okay, well, I don't know about that one way or the other. I agree with you, but that's not what I'm seeing with my cards.
That's okay. That was very unclear to me.
Okay. The Four of Pentacles is what's come up, which is the miser holding on really tightly. And what I get is this is a fear-based card, which means you're so scared. And so I asked it, like, what is it you're scared of? And it's the card of being alone. It's the card of solitary enjoyment. You don't really understand how you're going to be able to make it without this person. And the key here is you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. You're going to, it is, for whatever reason, you're, one of your greatest fears in life is of not having a partner. So in order to quash that fear, you're willing to stay in a really unhealthy situation so you're not alone. And I can promise you, you're not a bad person to have a relationship with.
Interesting. Lagus, okay. Lagus landed on top of Suelo, okay? Which, as I was sitting here listening to Seth, it started kind of making some sense to me that the thing that's in your subconscious, the thing that you're not seeing in all of this, the thing that you're not feeling, is there is an incredible energy, an incredible freedom that's lurking right below the surface for you. He was talking about how the fear of being alone, but in some really teeny small remote hidden corner, you have excitement about that as well. It's like, I don't think you're ready to see it, or maybe you're ready to admit it to yourself yet.
I think there's a certain amount of guilt that goes with feeling that way.
Yes, I would think that, yeah, I can totally see that. And so it's like there's this unacknowledged part of you. It's like a little child almost that's wanting to just break free. And I think that you're not ready yet to acknowledge that, because it is hidden in the subconscious, the unseen levels, and it's covered by this emotional stuff that's going on with you. But I think if you can allow yourself to acknowledge that feeling, that little sense of excitement, it's that little quiver of excitement you get when you're starting on an adventure, I think that is part of your pathway to moving out of this. Instead of looking at this as, oh my God, I'm going to be alone, I'll never find anybody. Instead, maybe view it as, this is my chance to go out and experience something new, something wonderful. Suelo comes with energy rushes and creativity and clarity, and it's like building. So even though this energy is hidden, it's there for you to utilize. It's there for you to be able to move forward with.
And I pulled the Queen of Wands, which is she's a very independent woman. She is very creative. She's passionate. And if you look, there's a black cat down at her base down here. That's her intuition. Your intuition has been stifled by this past relationship, and it's beginning to awaken again, and your creativity is too. And there's a lot of healing coming with that. I'm going to tell you right now, this is only for the month of February, and it's during this time of the retrograde. It's a short period of time you're going through all this. I mean, this is going to happen pretty rapidly. So, hold out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be better than you could ever have imagined it to be.
Mm-hmm. I am going to read these two runes as one. What you have, and the reason I'm reading them as one is because they both deal with the ox. Okay. You have Uras, which was moving into its negative or downward position. And what that indicates is using your own strengths against yourself, which I definitely think you're doing, because again, you're taking all of these emotions and tearing at yourself with them. These emotions are not necessarily all yours. I get the sense that this person has probably been fairly emotionally abusive.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, all your emotions have gotten twisted up. So your strengths are used against you. Your emotions, the thing about Cancer that's beautiful is that you do have that amazing flow of emotion. You're very, very attuned as a rule to the emotions you're going through. And that's a wonderful thing. Now, the other side of this is Fehu, which deals with the physical or financial aspects of things. And, in the Norse tribes, cattle was a mobile transferable power. Okay. So this deals with finances. It deals with the physical. So one other caution that I sense with this is there is a chance that you may be actually stressing yourself to the point of illness. Okay. The lack of space, the tearing at yourself, the beating yourself up, the intensity of the things that are going on right now could lead you into a path of being, becoming physically ill. So there is a need for you to, again, take it easy on yourself. I don't know why, but I have the image of taking a nice hot bubble bath and letting the stress go. If need be, get into a nice hot tub and soak the negative out, soak the tears out, let them combine with the water and let them go. But, you need to watch out and take care of your stress levels.
And the universe has a beautiful, beautiful gift for you.
Oh.
The lovers are here, which means that once you get out of this situation, you're not going to be alone forever. You're going to be alone for a little while and time to heal. But there's a bigger and better relationship coming your way, and it's much more suited to your needs. It's going to embrace your creativity. It's going to embrace your emotional needs, something you've not had maybe ever, where someone's able to satisfy you emotionally. And that's all coming your way. But you're going to, I was going to say you're going to have to take the risk, but it's going to happen with or without your permission. The universe is going to put you in a position of something you've always sort of wanted, but have never really been able to achieve because of the fear of being alone. And I'd also like to say, just for the record, you're going to be okay financially. Whoever told you you couldn't support yourself lied to you.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is with what he's saying about the incoming relationship, here's the most critical part, I think, maybe of the whole reading. You have this one, and this rune symbolizes, it's Ehwaz, and it symbolizes a man and a horse. And in a perfect world, the man and horse work well together, and they work as a team. Now, this is in the subconscious of the unseen for you, and it is headed into its downward position, and based on what you've got going on with yourself right now, that makes perfect sense. But what needs to happen is, again, you need to release all of this garbage that's been put onto you, okay? And it is garbage. And allow that to become released, because what's really coming through is your ability to work with yourself as a team, which sounds really strange. Anyway, it's basically getting yourself into an alignment, into a union with yourself, where you're on a track headed in a direction in I don't have the right word. It's like you're in agreement with yourself. And that's the ultimate thing that's trying to come through with this. Okay. And yes, there's going to be a bit of a struggle to get yourself into that alignment right now. Okay. But ultimately, that's going to be the biggest blessing that comes out of this for you, is the ability to take a deep breath and say, yes, I am at peace with myself. I agree with myself. I don't have to try to hurt myself. I don't have to try to destroy myself, because I am. And that's basically the sentence, because I am. And you can finish that with, I am good, I am wonderful, I am creative, I am love. But the sentence itself just ends with, I am. And that's good enough.
So the final card I've drawn is the Two of Cups. And that's just a validation that you have a partnership coming along. But I want to say something I'm picking up here. This really feels to me like you're going through a death process. It's of a relationship, but it's a death. And so you're going to have the mourning, mourning process. But there is a wonderful spiritual awakening. It's like you're dying, not physically, but you are dying for this relationship. You're dying out of this relationship, and you're being born into a new relationship that's much more like heaven, if there is such a place. So it's a really beautiful reading, the outcome. Be gentle with yourself.
Yes.
This is key. Be gentle with yourself. And stop taking ownership of everything that happened. You're not that powerful.
Yes. Yes. Well, Cancer, we're backing you. You're going to come through this okay. All right? The universe has your back, as scary and tumultuous as all of this feels right now. You will come out of this okay. You are moving into something that is much bigger, better, brighter, faster, more. So thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and we wish you the best. Thank you.